and you're working towards something more. And I'm very proud of you for being here. And it takes courage to be here because a lot of people probably won't understand. Welcome to the Pelvic Power Podcast. My name is Penny, and I am the host of this lovely space. I am a pelvic floor yoga teacher who teaches people with pelvic pain how to use movement, breathwork, and body awareness to ease and manage their pain while living a pleasurable life. In this space, we'll be talking about all things taboo because we love it, and how to support your lovely pelvis and your lovely self on this journey that you are on. I'm very happy that you are here, and I hope that you enjoy this episode. Welcome back to another episode of the Pelvic Power Podcast. For some effing reason, I don't think I've ever censored anything on the podcast before. For some fucking reason, I cannot get comfortable. It might be because I'm getting my period soon and I'm just like feeling a little bit like I cannot get comfortable today. But here we are. I'm trying to get comfortable. We're moving around because we are supporting our body. That's what we're doing. I'm very happy that you are here today, that you decided to press play on this episode. You have no idea how much it means to me when you're tuning in on the podcast. It means a lot to me. So first off, we're just going to take a breath together today. Right now, as I'm recording this, it's Monday, it's a new month, it's that sparkly little energy in the air. And if you are not driving right now, you can close down the eyes. If you're out for a walk right now, I do challenge you to close down the eyes. We don't fucking care about what other people think. So as long as you're safe, as long as you're on the sidewalk and not in the middle of the road, I invite you to stop for a moment, whatever you're doing, stop, close down the eyes, unless you're driving, and take an inhale in through your nose. Big exhale out through the mouth. How often are you actually aware of your breath throughout your day? Is your breath something that you're paying attention to? What did you notice when it came to your breath, just that one breath that you took? Did you feel any tension anywhere? Did you feel restriction anywhere? What can you learn about your body just by paying attention to your breath? What can you learn about yourself just by paying attention to your breath? I feel like the breath is such a powerful tool, and I think most of the time it's so forgotten about. How often do you actually pay attention to your breath? And it's so supportive for your pelvis. It is super important for your pelvis because we want the pelvic floor to move with the breath. We've spoken about this so many times. And I also find that the breath is such an important tool in shifting the energy that you're in to where you want to go, to how you want to feel, but also to feel more connected to yourself. You are so much more than just a physical body. And how can you connect more with yourself through your breath? So, like last night, for example, I was having my bath and I was about to get up out of the bath, but I actually sat there for a moment and I took 10 mindful breaths. I took 10 mindful breaths, just focusing on my breath. And it feels so juicy once you start to do that, and you just feel so much more empowered and a lot more open, if that makes sense. I think it does. Welcome. I Today we are going to talk about something that sparkles, that shimmers, that makes you feel oomphy feelings. We like that around here. So I often get messages or comments such as, I don't understand how anyone can be positive with this horrible disease. And they're talking about lichen sclerosis. And if you've been around for a while, you probably know a lot about me, a lot about what we do in this little corner of the world. But if you're new, hello, if this is your first episode with us, I'm very happy that you are here today. So when someone sends me a message like that or comments like that, I look at it in a couple of different ways. So first off, I only got one fucking life. I got one life, as far as I know. Whatever you choose to believe in, reincarnation, I do believe in that. I'd probably be a butterfly or mushroom. I don't know why I would be a mushroom, but but I think that's what I would be in my next life. But we only got one life, and damn it, I'm here to fucking live it. There's so many things that I haven't experienced in life yet. I feel like the best is yet to come. And this is something that I'm trying to train my brain towards thinking. This is an ongoing process here. Like, keep in mind, I've done this work for years. I have been on this road for years, and it's still a road. There's so much work to be done. And I was actually talking to one of my friends about this yesterday. I'm like, I feel like the more work you do, the more things pop up for you. It's like peeling back an onion. They always say that. Peeling back an onion, you notice more things that about yourself. You're like, oh my God, is that me? I don't know. Is that me? Maybe. So, you only got one life. It's a beautiful life to be lived. And I want to make it as juicy as possible. And I'm out here. I live with pelvic pain. I'm sitting here right now. I have a little bit of an LS tear, but it's actually not that bad. It's actually not that bad. Let's see if I can relax my belly as well. Maybe my pelvic floor. Yep, there we go. So that is one way to look at it. I only got one life, and this is the hand that I am dealt. To quote Jim Carrey, this is the way the cookie crumbles. I love that movie. This is the way the cookie crumbles. How can I make it a magical and juicy life, even though I live with pelvic pain? And I feel like many of you are here in this space because you're kind of on the same road, the same journey, and you're working towards something more. And I'm very proud of you for being here. And it takes courage to be here because a lot of people probably won't understand. And here I am recording the Pelvic Power Podcast. And a lot of people probably think, like, what the fuck? What the fuck is she doing in this little corner of the world? But it's a pretty magical corner to be in. So I'm very happy that you're here. Second up, if you've been around for a while, you know that I am very mindful of the words that I use around my condition, what I say about my body. This is also something that I'm working on, specifically the physical appearance. This is something that we're always working on. But when it comes to my condition, I am very mindful of how I speak about my condition. I do not call lichen sclerosis a disease. I call it a chronic condition. That's what I do. Because I feel like I'm giving away some of the power if I'm calling it a disease. And some people may think like that's a little bit positive. Uh, what do you call it? Toxic positivity. But in my mind, no, I don't think it is. Because I'm choosing deliberately the words that I'm using. Am I using that word right? Deliberately? I don't know. But I'm choosing the words that I'm saying about my condition because I want to support my body. I want to support my condition. I don't want to give my power away to the condition. I am more than my condition. To me, I'm not sick. I'm the fucking healthiest I've ever been in my entire life right now. I am so healthy. It's absolutely insane. And I am getting more and more healthy every day, and I still live with lichen sclerosis. But I'm choosing not to call it a disease. The reason why I'm starting the episode with this comment or messages that I get is because today let's dive into glimmers. So, a glimmer is the opposite of a trigger. So, if you've gone through trauma in life, if you go to therapy, you're probably talking about triggers a lot. Things that trigger you in life, things that makes your system feel not safe. So with glimmer is the opposite. You're finding things in life that feels like joy, pleasurable, safe, that kind of sends a good stimuli throughout your body. And the brain is always want to keep you safe. Like the brain always wants to keep you safe. And if you continue to scan for triggers, the brain is going to make you feel like you're not safe. You're not safe. So instead, we're going to shift the focus to glimmers. This is one thing that I do a lot in my own brain. I try to focus on the things that bring me joy, that bring me pleasure. And it might be just looking at something. For example, I got these glasses. If you're watching on YouTube right now, you can see it. But I got these glasses from my friend and her sister for my birthday, and I love them. They're super cute. They have little apples on them, and they're very penny. Very penny. And I love them, and they bring me joy. I like to look at them. They're my little glimmer. Or right now, I have candles that I have painted because it's almost Valentine's Day. I have painted candles and I'm using them as decorations and just looking at them. They give me a sense of, mmm, life is good. But the reason why I started recording this podcast episode today was because these past 2 days, The moon has been absolutely fucking incredible from my balcony. I have just been staring at the moon. I have been filming the moon. I've been taking photos of the moon. I've been meditating to the moon. I've been lying in my bed in the morning these two past days and these past 2 days. And I have been lying in a way in my bed so that I can actually have the moonlight directed towards me because the sky has been so beautiful. And today, this morning, it was absolutely magical. So first off, it was very cold, and I think it'd been snowing a little bit, or the frost was just really frosty because I live on the 13th floor and all the trees were like glimmering white glimmers. And then the moon, full moon, so beautiful. And then the sun was about to rise on the other side of the building. So the sky was like a beautiful pink. And I just felt like, fuck, life is so beautiful. Once you start to look around, life is so beautiful. My friend lives on the other side of the building, in the building right next to me, and she has the sunrise. I have the sunset. She has the moon in the evening, and I have the moon in the morning. So I was like, can you send me a picture? What is your view like right now? I want to see the sunrise too. But it was just so beautiful. And like just focusing on those little small things, the little glimmers that bring you joy. Yesterday, I went to one of my favorite stores in, I think it's in Hamilton. So it's called the Witch's Fix. It's a witch's store. It's such a beautiful store. I'm absolutely obsessed with this store. And they had us made, we were allowed to make little wish jars. So you put a little spell in it and you put some crystals and flowers. And I just love that stuff. That's another glimmer for me. Like it's just I get like a little bit giddy, you know? I feel like glimmers for me is when I feel either like so small in the universe, like I did this morning with the moon, or when I feel like I want to kick my feet and do a little giggle like a little girl. That's a glimmer for me. I want to jump down the street in the sun in the summer and just feel like, oh, fuck, life is good. So glimmers are important. And I invite you to really have a think about if you can find any glimmers throughout the day. Like, start to train your brain in seeing the glimmers instead of the triggers. The triggers are still going to be there. We're just rewiring in another sense. So, there's so many different ways that you can rewire your brain, but we're just focusing on the small things. And I feel like that's why my cat gives me so much joy too, because it's like, it's a little glimmer. But also a glimmer is like a specific feeling, like I just said. It's a little kicking with the feet or feeling like expansive. How that's a word that I use in every other sentence when I'm teaching. Expansive, because I love that word. I was teaching a class, this was probably last year, and it was a Saturday morning. The vibe was immaculate in that class. And in the middle of the class, I said, I'm having a glimmer moment right now. And some people are like, okay, what's happening? And one of my regulars, he was like, no, I think it's called a runner's high. I'm like, it's not the same. It's not the same. It's a glimmer. I do love a good glimmer. So you're training the brain to look for the good things in your life. So either take a day, see if you can find your glimmers, notice the glimmers. It's kind of like when you're sitting thinking back about what you're grateful for the day, once you start to do that, you're really like in it and you become more present during the day. So for example, today when I leave my house and I go driving down the road, maybe I'll find a glimmer in the sun and the song that is playing in that specific moment and just let that settle into my body. You're going to be actively looking for glimmers throughout the day. And it can be the smallest thing, it can be the biggest thing, but really start to pay attention to what is happening around you. You become more present, you become more in the moment of what you're doing right then and there. And that in itself is also great if you live with chronic pain, because living in anxious thoughts or the past and things like that can also be a trigger for pain. So just really start to land in the moment. You can make a glimmer list. So every evening, I make a gratitude list in the morning. I like to put down 5 things that I'm grateful for in the morning. And then you can make a glimmer list at the end of the day. Just like a 1 word, 2 word, 3 words, little glimmers that you found throughout the day. So little glimmers that you found throughout the day. And it can be as small or as big as possible. When I went to see my friend yesterday, we were walking down the street and I was telling her about driving over to her because it took about 15 minutes to drive to her. And I, when I was driving there, I had this really amazing glimmer moment. And that's where I pulled this little example out of. I was driving down Highway 6 and just the way the sun was on the sky, and I thought about how far I've come in the past 2 years and what I've gone through in life and how much my life has changed and what I've accomplished. And it's just like in that specific moment, it was just like a sense of like everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. And I love having those moments where you just like a sense of peace just wash over you. And keep in mind, it's a new month right now. So maybe you will make it into your glimmer month. Who knows? Maybe I will make it into my glimmer month. I like that. Maybe that will be on the bingo card next month. Who knows? I just released a new bingo card, by the way. So if you haven't downloaded it, go and download it. It's almost Valentine's Day. It's self-love, self-compassion, and softness themed. And it's really cute. And I'm obsessed. So go download it. You can get it for free. There's a new bingo card every month. Go get it if you haven't done so already. And also, have you done your little vision board for the month, the vibe that you want to live in? I'm definitely making an episode on how to romanticize your life living with pelvic pain. Like it's coming. I feel like that's where we're heading. So stay tuned for that. But look for the little glimmers, reading your book in the bathtub, listening to a really great song when you're doing the dishes, dancing in front of the mirror. Look for the little glimmers in life. I hope that you are looking after your beautiful self, your beautiful body. Once you have pressed play, no pause on this episode, or we've ended this conversation together, then I invite you to go and take another 2 breaths. You don't have to go anywhere. You can just sit where you are. Take two more breaths. Feel the breath throughout your body. What are you noticing? Can you tell anything through your pelvic floor or in your pelvic floor through your breath? What are you noticing when it comes to your breath? Until next time, I hope you have a great beginning to February, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye. If you love this episode, I will be so grateful if you could leave a rate and review in your podcast app. It would mean so much to me. If you're tuning in on YouTube, feel free to hit subscribe and leave a little comment down below about what you learned about yourself today. Thank you so much, and you have no idea how much I appreciate you for being here.